My cooking style is super unfussy, very relaxed, casual, all still while looking really beautiful. I love it when things look impressive, but don't take a ton of time. For me, it's about spending less time in the kitchen and more time with your friends. I'm Alison Roman, cookbook author and food writer. I'm gonna show you a few simple upgrades to elevate and ease your weeknight dinners. Today, I am cooking a skillet chicken with chickpeas and caramelized lemon. And this is kind of my weeknight go-to chicken recipe, sort of anytime that I can take chicken thighs, bone and skin on, cook them in a skillet, get all the fat in there, and then cook something in that fat is a total dream. And here that something is onion and lemon. And alone, they're delicious, but when you combine them, the lemon kind of pickles the onion, and the onion makes the lemon really savory, and then when you add that to chicken fat to caramelize in the skillet, it's like the best thing that you've ever tasted. So to get that fat, we're gonna sear the chicken thighs in a skillet with a little bit of oil, and that's just gonna help them get going. You don't need a ton because this is gonna give off so much fat. It's just to kind of get things started. I'm gonna season them on this side, salt and pepper. I'm gonna start them skin side down because that's gonna get your flattest surface. The skin's gonna get really nice and crispy. So always start skin side down. And then as with searing anything, especially stuff with skin on it, it's gonna wanna contract when it hits the hot skillet. So I like to press down a little bit just to make sure it's getting even contact before I move on to adding the next chicken thigh. If your skillet is not hot enough, you'll notice that it won't make this insanely loud chicken sizzling sound. And we're at about medium-high to high. Every oven is different, every stove is different. These guys are gonna go about 5 to 8 minutes per side. These are on the larger side. And since we've seasoned on one side, we're gonna now season on the other side. I like doing this in the skillet as opposed to on the plate because I also feel like the salt and the pepper seasons the chicken fat that's rendering out. So while those cook, I'm going to get that aforementioned delicious pickly, oniony, lemony situation going. I like to use red onion. Not only is it gorgeous, but it has a bit of a sweeter flavor than a yellow onion or a white onion, and I feel like that goes a long way here. There's a misconception that with food, especially during the week, that in order for it to be special, it should be complicated or fussy or have a million ingredients or you have to go to 18 different stores, but this is basically chicken, chickpeas, onions, and lemon. It's 4 ingredients, half of them are pantry staples anyway. To me, that's really exciting. I'm cooking stuff in chicken fat. It does not get more exciting than that. So our lemon. This is a thing that I cook with all the time. I use the zest, I use the juice, and I think it's an underused ingredient. I feel like there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to eat this whole delicious fruit. Instead of just giving you like the florality of the zest or the tartness of the juice, you get this nice bitterness from the pith, which is actually welcomed here. I think that it makes things a little bit more well-rounded, a bit more interesting. And this is one of the occasions where I will stress the importance of slicing it thinly. As I slice, I kind of look for a seed. I go seed hunting. I'm a seed detective. And I found one, and so I'm gonna fish it out. Because what you don't wanna do is you don't wanna cut them with your knife because there's a lot of bitterness in the center of this seed. And you'll notice after we add the salt and pepper and they sit for a while, the juice from the lemon's gonna come out and create a lot of liquid at the bottom of this bowl that's gonna coat the onion. So I've not touched these, I've kind of let them do their thing, and after about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, I'm gonna check them. A good way to indicate if your chicken thigh is ready to come off the pan as well is that it's gonna release pretty easily. If it feels like it's resisting and you can't lift it, don't, because it's gonna rip the skin. The chicken thigh will let you know when it's ready to be flipped. This is what I would call a deep golden brown. It should almost look like fried chicken without having to make fried chicken. I'm gonna let these guys finish cooking in the skillet for probably another 5 to 7 minutes. And then once those are out, I'm gonna transfer them to a platter. I'm gonna add my lemons, my onions, they're gonna caramelize in all this chicken fat. And then we add chickpeas. All the juices kind of mingle and get to know each other. And that's it, one skillet, one dinner. These look amazing. I would eat these straight up right now with nothing else. And now I'm gonna add my caramelized lemons and the onions. Because there's a lot of liquid in here, it will sizzle, to be expected. The nice thing also here is that because there's liquid, it's gonna kind of deglaze the pan. So instead of adding any extra oil, we're just gonna rely on that chicken fat that was rendered from those thighs, which is plentiful. And you'll notice it go from that like kind of pale, whitish, oniony color to a really beautiful purpley fuchsia color. And that's because the onion is pickling in the juice that's coming out of the lemon. And that's what happens when you pickle a red onion. They turn that color, isn't that fun? So while here I'm using onions and lemons, you can kind of cook anything in that chicken fat. If you didn't have either of those ingredients, you could add a handful of sliced garlic and some kale, or a chopped up fennel bulb. Anything that is like a quick cooking vegetable will do really well in the skillet after your thighs have been cooked. And now I'm gonna add my chickpeas. And this is just 1 can, and like anything that gets seasoned with salt and pepper. And because I like this dish a little bit spicy, I'm gonna add some crushed red pepper flakes. I'm also gonna add some oregano now. I'm gonna add some later for garnish, but I like to cook them with the oregano because it kind of gets into that fat, flavors it all the way through. So our chickpeas are ready to go. Our onions and our lemons are even further caramelized, looking insanely delicious in there. And then just to kind of get everything to like marry with each other and some of those chicken juices back into the skillet, I'm actually gonna add this plus anything that's accumulated in the dish back to the skillet. I'm gonna let them hang out in here for another minute or so. Everything is in here and it's done and it's ready and it's brown, it's caramelized and it's chicken fatty, and I cannot wait to eat it. I'm gonna finish it with a little bit of olive oil because it definitely has a different flavor. It's a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna do some flaky sea salt, which I also keep on hand and sprinkle on everything as I finish cooking it. It has a really nice, bright, clean, saline-y, salty, like the ocean flavor, which I love. Some more fresh oregano. Again, if you wanna use parsley or mint or an herb like rosemary or thyme, that is also cool. And that is my skillet chicken with chickpeas and caramelized lemon. And if I do say so myself, I feel like it is as unfussy as it is gorgeous. You definitely don't need me to tell you how to eat a chicken, but I feel like if you're gonna do this, you want a piece of lemon and chicken and some chickpeas in each bite. So for me, this is the ultimate summer chicken dish. It's flexible, it's accessible, it's beautiful, and you can kind of make it your own all summer long.